All right, let's play with the Flutter. Good afternoon, Pokésports. It's your host, Mike, and I play with two Pokemon on the field. Today, we're playing with this team by Spark. Spark is a wonderful person from the Discord who went and shared their rental team and Pokepaste over in the Rental Codes channel, which of course you can do too if you just do those things that I mentioned. Maybe give a little bit of a disclaimer on the team as well, but as long as you tag myself or Kevin, we might end up using your team. This team is a really interesting one because of a couple of different reasons, right? We've got Fluttermane with Calm Mind. That's not a thing you see too often. Calm Mind, increasing Fluttermane's already huge special defense is just kind of a no-brainer and strange that this hasn't been used too much before. As long as you're able to get Fluttermane in a kind of an advantageous position that it can set up, you may be able to run over teams with Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, as long as you have that early +1, as long as you have the +1 special defense, you're taking hits a lot better as a Fluttermane. You have the booster energy increasing your speed so that you can get that first Combine up before certain, what are their names, Iron Bundles, which is really important sometimes. And then later on, you can bring in Chi-Yu to really send in the big nuke worth of damage for your Dazzling Gleam and Shadow Ball on the Fluttermane because of Chi-Yu's Beads of Ruin. My one disclaimer, you probably don't want to bring Fluttermane and Chi-Yu out as a lead because the whole thing that you're trying to do, increasing your special defense, is neutralized by that Chi-Yu, bring it down by 25%. You could lead with Fluttermane and Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is obviously a great pick for this team because you've got Icy Wind, Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump, lots of different offensive and utilitarian options. Utility options, I guess. Great Tusk with the Tera Steel is really important here because of the fairy weakness. Going up against other Fluttermanes, you have the Assault Vest, but that is just not enough on a Great Tusk because Great Tusk has such low special defense as it is. So terrestrializing into Steel can be pretty huge for that. Gyarados, in the same kind of vein, you have Tera Steel I'm actually trying to think of why we have the Tera Steel. But, because of the Iron Head, of course. That gives you the stab on the Iron Head. You do massive damage to Fairy types. You do massive damage to Ice types, both of which we're seeing quite a bit in the meta right now. But the nice thing about this team, I find, is the lead with Gyarados and Mousehold. Gyarados with Dragon Dance and Mousehold with Thunder Wave. You don't expect the Gyarados to be running Dragon Dance. I've seen it a few times, but you don't really see it all that often these days. You often see it with Thunder Wave, you see it with Taunt, and you expect people to do that. So you fake out the Gyarados on the first turn so that it doesn't hit you with that Thunder Wave. Then Mousehold, who's beside you, gives you the Friend Guard, so you don't take as much damage. But then it sends out the Thunder Wave, and boom, now your opponent's team is paralyzed. I love status right now in this section of Regulation C. I love status, and I'm really trying to incorporate it in more of my teams after watching Hartford. Anyway, we're going to take this team into the battle arena, onto the dance floor, and we're going to see what kind of damage we can do with it. I feel like this is the longest I've talked about a team in a while, but either way, I'm really excited to use it. So let's go and do that. All right, let's go. Battling against Renato. Renato is going to be bringing the Palafin with a bunch of other things that don't necessarily scream Palance. And I'm okay with that. I'm very, very happy with that, actually. I think what I should probably do is lead with Mousehold. Because every single one of these things does not necessarily want to get paralyzed. I can bring the Gyarados. I can actually lead with the Gyarados. But this Gyarados doesn't have any kind of status moves, so like bringing it right off the bat to Dragon Dance might actually be a good play. However, the Armarouge may want to go for a Trick Room there, or the Murkrow might want to go for a Tailwind. It just kind of depends on what they choose to do in that moment. I think that going for Fluttermane and Chi-Yu might be the right choice here. I'm looking at Iron Bundle and I'm like, the Hydro Pump and the Freeze Dry, that's really good against the Palafin and the Murkrow and the Armarouge and the Fluttermane. Okay, I can't bring my own Fluttermane for this. I've got to bring Iron Bundle. Oh, but Fluttermane does so much. So what if I just don't bring Chi-Yu and I bring Fluttermane? Yeah. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. There's lots of good that Chi-Yu can do against that team. They have an Armarouge that I can Dark Pulse for sure. But apart from that, everything else just is neutral to Heat Wave and to Dark Pulse, actually. So there's really not too much use. But Maushold, though. Maushold has a ton of use right now. Especially against this Grimmsnarl and Palafin. If I can get a Thunder Wave off on the Palafin right now and just kind of ruin its day like that, that would be massive. Massive. And I feel like because I led with the Maushold and the Gyarados, they might believe that I'm going for either a taunt from Gyarados or a Thunder Wave from Gyarados. And I'm going for neither. I'm actually going for Dragon Dance. Yeah, withdrawing the Palafin is the right choice. But still, whatever comes out next, yeah, that's a Fluttermane. That's a Fluttermane, baby. Does not want to get Thunder Waved, for sure. Especially not after getting Speed Proto. I'm so glad that they targeted the Gyarados for that. Okay, great. The Fluttermane is going to have to go for a Dazzling Gleam right now. So going for Thunder Wave isn't the worst thing in the world. I'm just going to paralyze that Grimmsnarl real quick. And I can Tera Steel Iron Head and just destroy this person's life. Oh, I like Tera Steel Gyarados a lot. Okay, yeah. So it's like a Dragon Dance. But because I didn't get the Dragon Dance off, I just have to Tera instead. I'm down for that. That's great. Hey, by the way, I am back from Hartford Regionals, and I want to say thank you, and I just appreciate the heck out of you for all of those people who came up to me and said, how's the weather out there? If you are a podcast listener, you're my favorite person, okay? Last week's podcast, I did ask everybody who was listening to that point of the podcast to come up to me and be like, hey, how's the weather up there? Just as like a little inside joke between me and you. Oh, this person. Oh no, they're so sad. They're going to be so sad, especially after that paralysis. And it was really cool to see you and fist bump you when you said that. I'll give you a little hug, you know. It's fun stuff. Really, really appreciate you. Okay, so we paralyzed the Palafin. Everything's good in the world. And I love that. I love that for us. I can just go for a feint. No, I can't, because that's that. There's really no point in going for the Follow Me. That's not true. Yes, it is. They're not going to target the Gyarados. They're never going to target the Gyarados. The Palafin is not going to target the Gyarados. I might as well go for a Dragon Dance right now. Yeah, because if I'm not going to attack first this turn, then make myself attack first next turn, you know? The Tera Water Palafin is something. And then I'll make sure to follow me next turn. So yeah, we'll just go for a normal little feint. Do a tiny little baby amount of damage to Palafin there. Because I am confident that the Palafin's going to attack my Maushold anyway. Yeah. And this Fluttermane just can't get to play. And normally I would chalk it up to my luck and feel really good about that. But this time I'm going to feel really good about it because it's a Fluttermane. I'm very happy to outgame a Fluttermane. I love status moves, man. Okay, I think I might as well go for a Waterfall here. It doesn't really matter. I outspeed the what's-his-face now, the Melanetodia, the Fluttermane. If they switch into Grimmsnarl, then that's still a neutral water move. That could be a steel move, so they probably wouldn't want to do that. And then anything else just doesn't want to take a Waterfall, so we're just going to target that. Yeah, just chipping away at this Palafin little by little, bit by bit. I guess I should have, would have protected with the Maushold this turn, but honestly, I kind of want to just do big damage. Oh, I didn't even target it. That's wonderful. Oh, boy, that's not so wonderful. Whoa, that took so much damage. Oh, it is neutral. It's fine. Tera Water. They took a lot of damage from Wave Crash, though. It is paralyzed, so I'm just going to save Iron Bundle for later. Grimmsnarl was out. Having that Iron Head would have been really nice, though. Okay, well, we've got Fluttermane here. And I feel like I should probably hit them both with a big ol' Protect. Because I don't have a Sash on this team. Well, I do. I do have it on Iron Bundle. If I go for a Protect, that protects against the Fake Out damage, but my Fluttermane goes down. I think the only way that I can do this is by double protecting. Because this Palafin is going to go for a big old Jet Punch or a big old Wave Crash, and either one would do too much damage. It would have to go for the Jet Punch. It's going to go for the Jet Punch. And I need my Maushold to be able to follow me on that. And it won't be able to follow me if it gets Fake Outed, so. They're not even going to try. Cool. Yeah, they are going to go for the Jet Punch on the Fluttermane, though, so I should look into a Follow Me here. Possibly. No, I can't go for a Calm Mind now. I want to go for a Calm Mind right now really badly, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to Shadow Ball the Palafin. Just do as much damage to it as I can. No, it's going to protect. No. What a nice opportunity this was to go for a Follow Me. Here comes the parting shot that I don't really care about. Maushold special attack's gonna fall. Nobody cares about Maushold special attack. And then, at least we get to see what the last Pokemon is. Well, that's Tyranitar. Not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst thing in the world. I can still go for the Shadow Ball, or I could actually go for a Dazzling Gleam now. I don't think going for Dazzling Gleam. I think the right thing to do is to go for a Thunder Wave on T-Tar, go for a Protect on Fluttermane, and assume that they have to continue attacking the Fluttermane. Maybe at this point they outplay me, but I think this is the right thing to do. Yes, so they're going to Jet Punch into the Fluttermane. Just in the off chance that I go for an actual attack. Don't miss the Thunder Wave now. Oh, come on. Worst time to miss a Thunder Wave. Absolute worst time to miss a Thunder Wave. Okay. Fine. At least Palafin got chunked a little bit. We can go for the Follow Me now. Okay, so what are my options here? I can Protect. I think I'm playing with fire if I continue to Thunder Wave. If I Thunder Wave the Tyranitar and the Palafin Jet Punches my Maushold, then yes, they're going to lose the Palafin, but I'm going to lose my Maushold. I don't really want to do that. So I think the right choice here is to Follow Me Dazzling Gleam. Yeah. Because if I didn't do that, then the Jet Punch would just be on the Fluttermane. And I would have protected, and then they would have targeted the Maushold or something like that. I just know it. I feel it in my bones. That Palafin took no damage. It's Assault Vest must be. Fluttermane's going to get buffeted. Or it could be that this Fluttermane just doesn't do that much damage when it's not Calm-Minded. What's the only way I can do this? I think that's just Freeze Dry on Palafin and Dazzling Gleam on the T-Tar. Yeah, they're going to withdraw Palafin. They don't want to lose that. I'm glad that I went for a Dazzling Gleam, though. A little worried about this Tyranitar one-shotting nothing, because it can't. That's great. Thank you for protecting. Kind of sucks that the that the Sandstorm is still up. But at least we got a big double on this Grimmsnarl. In Light Screen. That's why it didn't do that much damage. We are in Light Screen. I should probably protect the Iron Bundle right now. Assuming that they're going to go for a Fake Out on that. And then Dazzling Gleam, because that's the only thing we can do right now. Feels like a loss. Feels like a loss. So far, this does not feel good. I wish I had gotten a Calm Mind off at a better point, but I couldn't. Grimmsnarl goes down, and now Palafin's going to come out, and as long as Palafin does get fully parried a couple times, I'll be okay. If this misses the Flutter Mane, that's kind of big. No. Okay. No such luck. We have to do too much. We have too much on our plate for the rest of this game. Sandstorm's going to subside, which is great for me. Means that the Tyranitar takes way more damage from this Hydro Pump. But I really need Palafin to be fully paralyzed here. If that happens, then maybe, just maybe we've got this. I need this Jet Punch to do very little damage, and it should. I have high defense. Yeah. Ah, of course. I'm not allowed to have nice things. Tyranitar is going to go down, though. They have to hit me with another Jet Punch, though. Okay, Freeze Dry is... Okay, this is probably the closest game that I'm going to have for a while. This Palafin is going to do a ton of damage with Jet Punch. I might live with, like, an HP if this doesn't crit. And if the Palafin's fully paralyzed, then I win. We have dice rolling. Here we go. Come on. Oh, no. No, don't. Oh, come on. Be a second crit? No, it's not even a second crit. Oh, if one of those Jet Punches wasn't a crit, that would have been the win for sure. That's okay. That's okay. Palafin goes down back to 0 form, and at least we can take some solace in that. Okay, well, let's go into the second game. That was such a close game there, and I wish that I had fainted the Palafin the one time that it protected at the beginning, but who would have thought? Anyway, let's go do our next game. Come on. All right, going up against Astrality. Astrality is... Now, this is a Palance. Oh, boy, this is a Palance. This is a Palance right here. I think that Gyarados does really well here, actually. I don't hate the idea of Mouse Hold Gyarados. I really, really don't. Yep, I'm just going to go for it. And then in the back, does Great Tusk make sense against the Baxcalibur? Yeah, it could. The close combat does quite well. I'm a little worried about the Flutter Mane, just being a Flutter Mane on Great Tusk. I know that it has Assault Vest, but typically I find that Assault Vest isn't enough on Great Tusk. Putting yourself up to, like, what is it, 75 base special defense, that's just kind of making you okay, and Flutter Mane is way more than okay. So I feel like bringing my own Flutter Mane is the right choice. And then in the back, we're either bringing Chi-Yu, but I don't like Thermal Exchange, and I don't like Palafin. Jet Punch is really nasty on the Chi-Yu, and I don't really have any good way of clapping back apart from Tera Grass, Tera Blast. But then again, I can do just as well with an Iron Bundle. Just a living a move. So let's go with that. Iron Bundle again. Iron Bundle again, that should be okay. I'm liking the Mousehold Gyarados lead. I know that it's not the typical lead, I think, that people would go for, but I like getting off the Thunder Waves early and threatening the Palafin to have to switch out, else it takes a Thunder Wave that it doesn't want to take. I also like leading Mousehold and Gyarados because of that last game you saw, with people thinking that the Gyarados is going to be the one to toss off the Thunder Wave. Because yeah, like if you look here, there is just so much that I can do right now. I can Terrasilize this. I can Terrasilize the Gyarados. I don't think I actually have to take out a Fluttermane. If I just go for a Thunder Wave on the Palafin and an Iron Head on the Fluttermane, what can go wrong here? If the Gyarados gets Moonblasted, that could be bad. There's no Focus Sash on this Fluttermane, which is great. But if I get one shot with my Gyarados, then all is lost. So I should probably Terra Steel. Then I get the added benefit of knowing that I'm going to KO this Fluttermane. Setting out the Arcanine, well, not knowing so much anymore because of this -1, but again, we're Terrastalizing, so we have a little bit more math in our favor. So here comes that. You might have noticed at the very beginning, I wanted to talk about this, that my trainer card was me taking a selfie with somebody behind me. At Hartford Regionals, I tried to do a thing, and I forgot about it like 9 out of 10 times. Dang it, that sucks. I forgot about it like 9 out of 10 times. That I wanted to take a selfie with the person that I'm going up against, just kind of while we're all sitting there and waiting for our match to start. I didn't like tell people like, hey, we can't play until we do this kind of thing. Like that's obnoxious. Don't do that. I should probably go for a Follow Me just so I don't get Flare Blitzed. And then we'll go for the actual Iron Head now. That wasn't the right move. I should have gone for Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance, I don't know why I keep forgetting about Dragon Dance. Because if I go for a Dragon Dance on the first turn, I'm going to go second. And then when I attack next, I'm going to go first. So I might as well Dragon Dance the first turn. Because then on the second turn, I can just deny them of a turn. Anyway. It's fine. We get to KO a Fluttermane. And they attack into a Mousehold, so it's like nothing ever happened anyway. Here comes the Iron Head. Fluttermane goes down. Let's just get a nice, tasty, juicy para on this Arcanine, so it's like nothing ever happened. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Yes, so the selfie. In between every match, for those of you who haven't had a chance to go to any kind of regional, they're going to have to do something. Let's see. If I go into Iron Bundle, that's not good. We're going to go for a Thunder Wave on the Palafin. We're going to Dragon Dance. No, we're going to Protect. Yeah. In between every match, for those who haven't been to a regionals, they have you sit down, they have you wait a little bit, but in the meantime, you connect to a union room so that your connection is a little bit more stable. And so while we do that, everybody always just kind of stands there and doesn't really do anything. And so I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's have some fun with this. So I go and I take a trainer photo of them, like me taking a selfie with them. Glad that I got that pair off. And then I take another picture, make my trainer icon them. So like, it only happened like 3 or 4 times where they looked at it and they were like, wait a second, is that me? And there was a fun little conversation starter. Did I protect for nothing? I protected for nothing. That's fine. Whatever. Palafin gets damaged by recoil, and I have 2 Pokemon that are paralyzed on that side. So, kick rocks. Let's go with Iron Bundle. I made that Gyarados useless that turn. I feel real bad about that. I'm going to go for a Freeze Dry on the Palafin. I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance, because I don't think that a Waterfall is going to KO the Arcanine, but I kind of want to do it on the Palafin, but no, don't. I'm -1. This is probably going to KO the Palafin anyway, so I have very little to worry about in that regard. They're going to withdraw the Arcanine to make it so the Gyarados does even more damage, I guess. And here comes Baxcalibur. Glad I have something for that in the back. Palafin can't even move. What a good turn. I love status moves. And Palafin doesn't go down. But I do get to Dragon Dance, which is nice because I'm Tera Steel. And I get to attack the Baxcalibur with that. Actually, I could just go Baxcalibur and Iron Head here. But it might be bad if they withdraw the Baxcalibur back into Arcanine. Wouldn't that be something if they withdrew the Baxcalibur back into Arcanine? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go for it, but I'm so sure that that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring the Baxcalibur back into Arcanine. No, they're going to withdraw the Palafin, thank you, and bring it into Arcanine. That's fine. See, that's okay. Because you put out this big, unstatus threat on two Pokemon that can do a lot of damage to it. And what they did is they kept it in. And now I just get to double target it and not take it out, to be honest. But hey, look at that. We do get a nice little flinchy poo. We can go for a Hydro Pump on the Arcanine. And let's go for an Iron Head on the backs. That's fine. It's allowed to go for a Protect this turn. I'm not doubling into it. So they see the Iron Head hit the Protect, and they're like, oh, I'm safe. Yes, good, safe. And then the Hydro Pump hits, and they're like, oh, no, not safe at all. That's not good. So Arcanine goes down. Bye, Arcanine. Barcanine. And then here comes the Palafin. So now it's just a nice and simple double single target. Single target that. Single target that. Call it a day. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. That felt more like a game of chess. I liked that a lot. Status moves really make the game feel like a game of chess because you're not really trading off speed tiers anymore. You're just like, you're nerfed, you're nerfed, your speed's down, your speed's down, my speed's fine. When it's my turn, I go first. That's just kind of how it goes, except for when they go for Jet Punch. And when they go for Jet Punch, they get punished from paralysis. So it's just kind of how RNG works. Anyway, let's go into game 3. Let's go. All right, now going up against Drew 2, who's bringing the Ice team. I've actually played a team that was very similar to this in Hartford. I think this might be as good a time as any to go and use the namesake of this team, that being Mane Flutter, and hit a Calm Mind. I don't think bringing the Chi-Yu immediately is actually a good idea. Why was I thinking of doing that? I'm so used to bringing Chi-Yu Flutter Mane because of the damage that it can do. But the problem is that if I'm trying to up my special defense, bringing in Chi-Yu is not going to help. It's just not. Mousehold Flutter Mane might do quite well if I can paralyze something. If I can paralyze anything. Any of these Pokemon getting paralyzed is a good thing for me. Bringing Gyarados is not a smart plan because I don't want to intimidate anything. I don't want to Iron Head. I want to Iron Head something, but bringing in the Chi-Yu later is really good, especially after I get that first Calm Mind off. I can just do a hard swap into Chi-Yu and Dazzling Gleam their team down. And then I have Great Tusk and Iron Bundle. I think that bringing in... I really want to bring in Iron Bundle because if they're going to set the snow anyway, then that would have been nice, but I'm going to bring Great Tusk. Plus, if they set up the snow, they don't have any physical Pokemon apart from the Annihilate. Annihilate is their only physical Pokemon. on that team. So, drew 2. Let's go. Let's see how this goes. All right, here comes Iron Bundle Abomasnow. That means physical attackers are going to have a tough time, but those are both special attackers, and I'm a Flutterman who has incredible physical special defense. So this is going to up my speed, which is great, meaning that my Calm Mind will be able to hit first. Then we're going to go and hit a Thunder Wave on the Iron Bundle. Because if I can just nerf that for the rest of the game, I'm sitting pretty. Lovely. Lovely Calm Mind. Thinking about it now, it might have been a better call, Saul, to Thunder Wave the Abomasnow for the chance to be fully paralyzed. Because then for this turn, where it's clearly trying to set up Aurora Veil, it might not have been able to do it. But it's fine. This turn, I'm at least still faster than the Iron Bundle because I paralyzed it. And I can go for a Tera Dazzling Gleam. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Aurora Veil didn't even happen. Could go for a Thunder Wave. Or I could swap into Chi-Yu. This is an option. This is a very solid option right now. It's such a solid option that I'm going to do it. Now, unless this Iron Bundle is sashed, I think it could still go down in Aurora Veil. But cutting all damage in half is actually pretty huge. Still, this is a 2x Dazzling Gleam. Neither of these Pokemon are going to take that very well. 2x Dazzling Gleam in Beads of Ruin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, close to half. It did all right. It certainly did all right. And this Abomasnow isn't really going to hurt my Flutterman too much. That's fine. You're kidding. You're kidding. What is this? No. I'm gonna thaw, right? Because Heat Wave, or is that just Flare Blitz? Oh my gosh, really? Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. At least I get that. The Iron Bundle's not going to go down. That's so annoying. Oh my gosh. Get right out of here. And the crit. Who am I? Who am I, Kelvin? Is my name Kenneth? Because I think it really might be. We're going to go for Great Tusk, I guess. I have Protect on this, right? Yeah, I do. I don't have Earthquake on this, though. I'm going to bring in Great Tusk, and I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide. Because my Frozen guy's gone. We're going to go for the Dazzling Gleam on that. We're going to go for the Rock Slide on that. Eh, should I? No. I should go for the thing that'll KO the Armor Rouge. Yeah, we'll do that. I could have KO'd a... I could have KO'd an Iron Bundle that turn. Wow. Anyway, bye-bye Armor Rouge. Bye-bye Fluttermane. I think even with the -2 speed, I'm fine to just take it out, right? Yeah. Bye-bye. And so now it's just Abomasnow and something else, right? That early para was so big. Don't let anybody tell you that that early para wasn't so big, because it was so big. I have space right now to, I think, protect. I want to close combat the Abomasnow so that I don't hit the Annihilate with a move that is barely going to do any damage. The beauty here would be to stall out Aurora Veil a little bit, and then hit it with a non-spread move, Dazzling Gleam. They haven't terrestrialized yet, I don't think. They're gonna have to do it to the Annihilate. Yeah, it's trying to Rage Fist on that. But it's just Annihilate against those two. The snow stopped, which means Aurora Veil has 3 more turns. Okay. That is fine. My speed is bad. Ooh, hold up. We're switching out. We're switching Fluttermane out on this. I'm going to go for a Headlong Rush on the Annihilate because I kind of have to. I totally forgot that Mousehold was swapped out and it wasn't murdered. We're going to go for a Headlong Rush on the Annihilate, but it does decent damage. And I'm pretty sure Annihilate's just going to go for another Rage Fist. No, it's going to go for a Bulk Up, which is fine. I'm going to Paralyze it. So let's do that. Paralyze and Headlong Rush. I'm going to be like minus a billion. A small little poink is going to take out my Great Tusk by the time I'm done with it, but that's okay. That's okay. All I want to do is Thunder Wave. And to be honest, every turn that they're protecting is just delaying the rest of the game because Aurora Veil is only has a finite amount of turns. And that's going to end, and they're going to say, oh no, right, I had Aurora Veil. Oops. So let's go for Thunder Wave and Headlong Rush. Bulk Up's really doing work, though. I will give it that. Anyway, now we've paralyzed it. So Mousehold has done its job. Someone's going to get Drain Punched. Yeah, there it goes. Mousehold's going to get Drain Punched. And that is just fine because now, I believe, Aurora Veil is done. And if it's not, then I should probably protect. Nah, there it is. Perfect. So now we go for Fluttermane. Now, let's think about this. If this is a Tera Fire Annihilate, then Dazzling Gleam isn't the right thing to go for. Shadow Ball is. But if it's a Tera Water Annihilate, which happens sometimes, then Dazzling Gleam is just fine and better to go with because my Fluttermane is Tera Fairy. If it is also Fire, then Headlong Rush is the better move to go for here. Let's see. Let's see. That's Tera Fire. So Headlong Rush is the right move to go for there. However, Shadow Ball would have done more damage. Should be okay. It might not be okay. Headlong Rush does a lot, though. Yeah. Cool. My Great Tusk ended up like minus 16,000, but it doesn't matter because it's alive. It's not going to have a great rest of its life. It might need a lot of support, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Anyway, this has been the game, and I like this team a lot. Getting a Fluttermane that does something a little bit different is actually really cool, and I'm having a very, very fun time with this. So I want to give a big thanks to Spark for sharing this team. Spark on Discord. Remember, you too can go and share your team over on the Discord. If you just go and share your PokePaste and your rental code, maybe give a little bit of a talk about it. You don't have to, or just tag myself and Kevin in it, and we might go and play. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I love the Mousehold with Thunderwave. It's a departure from the current meta with Gyarados, where you expect that to be the one to Thunderwave. Wouldn't necessarily work in a regional set, but right now I am on the ladder, playing best of ones with closed team sheets, and people do not see this coming, and I love that. So yeah, go and use this team. It'll get you some pretty fun surprise wins, and I'm gonna keep on using that on my side as well. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.